The internet flushed with comments of Virat Kohli and his brush seemingly with controversy. We're taking you, yes, to the cricket field where he seemed to seemingly have shouldered a Aussie debutant. We'll tell you exactly what we're talking about. But media there seemingly going after Kohli. We'll just bring you more context on the initial back and forth. This was, of course, with Sam Konstas. And after that, a seeming fight that Sam Konstas had with Virat Kohli, that back and forth. Now, different media outlets responding to it differently. Many have described it as simply a heated moment exchange between the two players. But it has led to more reflection. Now, we are going to go over to Vineet Ramakrishnan to understand a little bit more about the moment itself. Vineet, thank you so much for joining us on this moment. It's, this has just taken place. It's obviously an altercation. Australia's rivalry with India only intensifying. You have on one side a 19-year-old batter, and this is obviously all taking place during the fourth test at Melbourne. Virat Kohli colliding with him and a heated exchange taking place until Usman Khwaja intervened. Now, if we could just come to you, Vineet, to understand a little bit more about the moment itself, what are pundits who saw it saying? Because some are accusing Kohli of having, walked away and then come back to have this altercation with him. That one of those people is, of course, Ricky Ponting. What is your own analysis of it, and what are those who are analysing the field saying?
The very first look of it, the first thing you could sense that Virat Kohli, after the change of overs, Virat Kohli was coming down, for the change of overs, and you could see him clearly changing his trajectory, and colliding with Sam Konstas. So it didn't look really good on Kohli. As you mentioned, it's been a very heated, build up to the Melbourne test. We have had past instances where Mohammad Siraj and Travis had an altercation, and this one also, as you mentioned, a debutant 19-year-old Kohli must have tried to ruffle up some feathers there, trying to put the youngster under pressure, but clearly that was something unwarranted for, and again, from an analysis point of view, you could see that was unnecessary, and what Kohli did was probably something that, as I said, changed his trajectory, and his intention was to, really, hit a nerve with Sam Konstas there, and it is going to the match referees for sure. There would be a certain things that match referee would be looking at, not just on Virat Kohli's part, but also the youngsters' part as well. But then again, Konstas really showed that he was really unruffled, because after that, he took on the bowlers, and on his debut innings, he really looked very unperturbed by whatever was happening around him. But yeah, from a point of view of what it turned out and how it turned out, it does not really look good on somebody like a Virat Kohli. We know how he is on the field, always charged up, trying to build pressure around the batters or bowlers whenever he's batting or he's fielding. But yeah, it was unwarranted to be very certain about it. And Sam Konstas, he scored 60 of 65. One of the only batters to have taken on Jasprit Bumrah in the entire series. So yeah, didn't really go down well for Virat Kohli and for the Indian team at this moment, to be honest.
Just tell us, Vineet, we are, you're right, we're seeing the Australian media in particular respond sharply. Indian media, though, and Indian fans seemingly responding with their own sense of humour, calling Virat Kohli a Dilli ka munda who can't leave that behind. How are you seeing the Indian ecosystem respond?
That's what it is. I mean, this is not something out of character for Virat Kohli, if I have to put it. I mean, this is what Virat Kohli is on the field. Look, Australia were going really well. No wickets down. They were at a run rate of around 5. They were scoring. So you needed something to disturb that rhythm of both the batters, and Virat Kohli thought that this could be one of the things that could be done. And this is, again, as I said, not out of character. We have seen Virat Kohli try to do that, beat behind the stumps when he's at the slips, trying to have conversations with these batters, trying to upset their rhythm. And this was one of those things that he was trying. And absolutely, it is that Delhi ka munda, or not just Delhi ka munda. It's just a general sense of what this new India is about. Whenever things are not going their way with the bat or ball, they try to, do it something else. Try to spur up the crowd or try to break the rhythm of the batters, and this was one of those things. But as I said, really at the very first look of it, when we saw the replays, it was very much certain that it was probably a bit unnecessary, and that too so early into the match in the first session itself. But yeah, for the Indian fans, Virat Kohli, even the staunchest of Virat Kohli fans on Twitter, on social media, were saying that, this could have been avoided. But then again, if it had turned out to be that Sam Konstas was, upset, or his rhythm was broken, and if he had a wicket, everybody would be praising Virat Kohli right now. That, look, this is what happens when you try to go up against somebody like Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli buys you wickets like that. So
Right.
it's a two-way thing there. I mean, if it had worked out, if that wicket had gone, everybody would be praising Virat Kohli. But on the contrary, Sam Konstas actually really scored a few runs after that altercation and took on Bumrah. So yeah, again, not really going Virat Kohli's way this time around.
Thank you, Vineet, for bringing us those details.